What's going on, everybody? VA3EWV on the air. And tonight we're going to be on the air with EchoLink and AllStar nodes at 8 o'clock, which is 8 o'clock now. So we might as well get to popping. Now, I have my brand new radio out here tonight. And I'm going to see if it's going to work. This will be its maiden voyage on EchoLink AllStar. So we're going to see what's going on. What's going on there, James? So we're going to see what's going on. My computer did an update, so I'm just waiting for things to pop up on that. Always come in the shack about, 30 minutes prior to go time, and of course, that's what happens when you're dealing with Windows. But Windows seems to be the way to go when you're dealing with a computer for your radio only, right? So anyway, everything's getting loaded up here. I'm trying to get Facebook up on this screen. The Supermon, I want to have that up because it lets me see who's actually on there. There are some folks out there that I saw that said they're now using EchoLink and things like that. So we're going to see what's happening. It looks like the computer's waking up now. I appreciate you guys coming out there. Bernard, how you doing? I have the EchoLink test on there. I need to get rid of that. So let me just log in right quick, get rid of the EchoLink test, because that'll be a disaster. That's been logged in all day, I guess. I'll try to get rid of that. That's going to be fun. Let me see something here. 300999. See if I can get rid of that. 300999. Ah! Okay, well, the EchoLink thing is there. I'm gonna have to let me get rid of the EchoLink things, folks, and then I want you guys to log back on, okay? Because I'm gonna have to get rid of the EchoLink, and I'll be right back. But I want you guys to log right back on. I'm gonna tell everybody. Let me see if this works. This is Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor. Good evening, everybody. W9GAE, VA3JPX. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me go ahead and get rid of this EchoLink test thing, or it's going to be very fun here if I don't get rid of that. And I'll be right back with you. Watch. The EchoLink's going to come on. Watch. I bet you.
Victor Alpha 3, Echo Whiskey Victor. Good evening, everybody. W9GAE, VA3JPX. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me go ahead and get rid of this EchoLink test thing. Well, it's going to be very fun here if I don't get rid of that. I'll be right back with you.
Okay, y'all come on back in. Y'all can log back on.
Node 30213009 connected to VA3EW.
I like the sound of that. VA3JPX, VA3JPX, good afternoon there, good evening there, James. I start laughing as soon as I saw that EchoLink thing there. I start laughing. People were telling me that my volume was bassy, and I was trying to figure it out this morning. Whiskey 9, Golf Alpha Echo, how's it going there? Glad you both could be up in there. Yeah, so how you both doing today? We'll go with James first. How you doing, James?
Good evening, Ernest. This is VA3JPX live from my living room in my phone. Isn't this fun? When I saw the EchoLink connected there, I'm like, uh-oh. So, anyway, I think it's, if you have your HT with you, if you punch in on your node, if you punch in 3073, nice view, by the way. 3073, that should disconnect it from the EchoLink test server, but you don't need to worry about that now. Nights 991A, by the way. If your voice sounds bassy on that, on the back of your microphone on the 991A, there's going to be a tone switch. If it's set to 1, that's more bass. If it's set to 2, that should be more treble. Over to you.
Node 3124444.
Yeah, QSL VA3JPX. Yeah, I did move that over to the 2 position yesterday, and then they went into this whole thing about a menu and going into it. I just got the radio plugged in, so we're just going to leave it as it is now. I really thank you for coming. Tonight's subject is going to be, what have you done in radio? No, what in radio have you not done and you want to do? That's going to be tonight's subject. Let's bring everybody in, though, but that's going to be the subject. We do have November X-Ray 3 Foxtrot in there. Thank you for coming in, too. So we'll go ahead and take in W9 Golf Alpha Echo. Come on in.
This is Whiskey 9 Golf Alpha Echo from Carbondale, Illinois. Hello, Ernest. What was the theme again? Run that by me one more time.
Yeah, I said once we get everybody in and everybody says hello and stuff, probably at about 15 after, unless this is all we're going to have today. I'm just glad somebody showed up, period. So thank you guys very much. It's going to be, what haven't you done in ham? Like what specific thing haven't you done in ham radio yet that you'd like to do? That's a loaded question, because for a person like me who's only been in for 15 months, there's unlimited things. But there's a lot of people that's probably been out there for years, and they haven't touched on some stuff there. So that's going to be what we're going to be talking about later on. Okay?
Yeah, 10-4, that sounds good. And, congratulations on your new 9918. I'm hoping you like yours as much as I like mine. I don't know that much about it. I turned it on and made a few settings on it. It seems to work okay right now, and I guess a little later on I'll dive into it. I'm only using the VHF, UHF side. I don't have the HF side hooked up to anything just yet.
Looks like we swim in the same waters. Same thing. I was just about to bring in NX3F there, but he moved out. But thanks for coming in anyway, NX3F there. So that is Alan out of Maryland, Temple Hills, Maryland. So if he comes back in there, that'll be great. So yeah, since we're at the top of the thing now, we'll just go ahead and start talking about that. James, you've been in radio for a while. What's something that you have not done yet that you'd like to do?
Well, Ernest, I think probably go for my advanced. That would be, I think, my next thing to do in ham radio. Even though I've been licensed since 1997, I don't have any particular direct need to have my advanced, but it's just something that I guess you could say I just would like to do. I know I can do it. I just really haven't, I just put the pedal to the metal, I guess you could say, to kind of, start studying and getting it done. And as of late, I'm also dealing with some personal issues, and my recently deceased brother from about not even quite a year ago. We're dealing with his estate, and as you could be probably well aware, it can get quite cumbersome, slow, and a lot of hurry up and wait. So that's kind of taking its I can't say it's taking its toll on me, but it's occupying a lot of my mental mind, I guess you could say. And I think if I was to start studying right now for my advance, I'd probably my mind would be in different areas rather than where it should be for studying. So back to net control for VA3JPX.
VA3JPX, I hear you on that. Sometimes it sounds like a parrot because I keep forgetting. Anyway, let me not even try that. Gerald, don't even be laughing at me. I'll be trying to break out in song there, eh? No, but I know all so well Yes, definitely. That's how I got through it, actually. My wife, she got through it by losing almost 40 pounds of stress and all that stuff. And 3 months ago, I just started, doing the studying in there. So we have Kilo 6, Charlie, Oscar Bravo. Kilo 6, Charlie, Oscar Bravo, that just joined us. Come on in.
This is Kilo 6 Charlie Oscar Bravo, Carolyn in Los Angeles. Just checking in. Wanted to say hello, get my name on the roll. Back to you, K6COB.
I was excited to see you pop in there too. And you know what? There's one of my favorite songs, and you probably heard that song too. There's a church saying that saying, "Put my name on the roll." I don't know if that's where you got that from, but do you know what song I'm talking about there, Miss Carolyn?
I'm afraid I don't. Anyway, oh my goodness, is going on, so I just popped in here to say hi to you. Over.
Okay, yes, I really appreciate it. Appreciate you stopping in. And look, if you have time to pop back in, because I want to hear from you, our tonight's topic is, what haven't you done in ham that you'd like to do? Get on back to your business. But if you want to leave it on the website there, leave it on the website, because you've been a ham operator for a while there. Okay, Miss Carolyn, we'll let you get back to it. K6COB, VA3EWV.
K6COB here. What have I not done that I would like to do? I would really like to be able to get on HF. Clearly, I have a 991 Alpha, but I have my wind disabled my antenna, so it's just a brick for right now. But I can do UHF and VHF, and I'll be able to do the HF as soon as my antenna gets fixed. So in the meantime, I can do EchoLink. Anyway, just want to say hi to you and support you and wish you all the best. Kilo 6 Charlie Oscar Bravo, clear.
Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your evening. All right, thank you so much, Miss Carolyn. You can be excused at your convenience. All right, Whiskey 9 Golf Alpha Echo. Looks like all the 991 owners, we're sitting out there on HF, UHF, UHF, VHF only. Hey, we need to take a road trip and help Miss Carolyn get her antenna up. I have an antenna that was given to me as a present for me passing my advance. It's out in the garage. It's about 15,000 pieces. It looks like it looks very intimidating to put together. I'll try to put up a picture of it. But on Radio World, the thing is almost $1,000 antenna. It's and then I was just hearing too, it's a high gain, by the way. And I just got word that MFJ is going to be shutting its doors, and they are, looks like when I was reading the article, high gain is one of its things. So yeah, I don't have any HF on here yet either. But I've only had the radio with power on it for like 2 days, so we'll get it done. That could be our summer project. So we're going to go all around and help everybody get on HF this summer. Back over to you, W9 Golf Alpha Echo.
Okay, I'm going to be clear now and go back over to my net. And yeah, you have a great day. Kilo 6 Charlie Oscar Bravo.
Thanks so much, Miss Carolyn. Thank you so much, Miss Carolyn. Have a good rest of your day.
Have here called the River to River race, where the ham radio operators assist with the communication parts of it due to the hills and different valleys that they run through, and there is no telephone signal, so we use our ham radios to do the communications. And this is my first one. I had a chance to see some of those guys. They pull up, they have different boxes with different radios in it and amplifiers and different antennas and all other kind of different stuff. So I've been on YouTube every day since then trying to figure out what I would like to have and how I would like to do it or whatever. So right now my interest is in
Hey, Roger, on that. Hey, you know what? The good thing is, you know a couple people with that 991. Miss Carolyn has one now. You have one. I have one, right? My buddy Steve, VE3 Easy B, his name is Steve Harvey, which I think is funny as heck. But he's got a Go Box and all that stuff, you know? So yesterday I was at his house making some jumpers and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, hey, Steve, looks like this is about what I want too. And what I did, see, here's the thing, here's the advantage that we have. The 991s have been out, you know, for a month of Sundays. There's no new radio to the game. So these guys have already run themselves ragged trying to figure all this stuff out and get it just right and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I sat there. It took no time. Well, we found out, we figured out that we did not want to I had a spool of coax there that I was going to start cutting up to make jumpers, but I have the new HF antenna, not new, but used HF antenna. And he says, no, don't cut this up because it's a good amount of length for you to put your HF on. He says, I got a couple of spares, you know, we could just build some other later. I'm like, okay. So I was only going to be over there for a few minutes. We sat down in front of his computer and he looked around his shack and all he did was go to Amazon and Radio World and start putting links to everything that he had for his Go Box, the battery, the box itself. One thing that I was worried about, and let me get the camera over here where you can see it. We made, you know, on the amplifier here, we have the little round connectors that, you know, you put here, but he has the Anderson poles, and I was like, yeah, if I put these round connectors on the end of here, if I want to go put it on the battery, how am I going to do that? And he goes, oh, I got you covered. Because these are things that these people have already gone through, right? So all he does, he has another whole cable that connects to the back of his radio with an Anderson pole on it. So it's just a short one, so it can go to the battery. So I spent about 35 minutes, and he sent me all the links to all this stuff on Amazon. So it makes my job a lot easier, right? And there's about, man, I don't know how many people have that radio here. So what I'll start doing is forwarding you the same things because it looks like everybody wants the same setup. Before we get back over to you, we have another person that just popped in there, Victor Alpha 3, Sierra Delta Oscar. That's going to be Daniel. Come on in, Daniel. Tonight's topic, by the way, is what have you not done in ham that you would like to do? Anyway, come say hi first, and if you want to participate, you can do that second. Come on in.
I just wanted to come in and say hi to you, Ernest. Been listening to you. And something that I wanted to do in ham radio that I haven't, it'd be nice to make money, but I think we lose money in ham radio. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Let me think, and maybe later on in the next round I'll have an answer. Back to you, VA3UWD. This is VA3SDO.
Hey, VA3SDO, that's a good one. We had... We're going to get back on to Gerald, so don't go away. We're going to get back to you because you're the next one in line. But I think we all want... So the question's out there because we just had VA6 Golf Alpha Charlie pop in there, so stay with us. Victor Alpha 6 Golf Alpha Charlie, we're going to be taking you next. The topic of tonight's little QSO is what would you like to do in ham that you haven't done yet? And Dan so far has the best one. He says make money. So look, we're gonna stay tuned to Dan there. Everybody write it down, VA3SDO. So when he starts making money in ham, he's gonna have to give us the secrets. Come on in there, Victor Alpha 6 Golf Alpha Charlie. He's trying to get in there. Uh-oh. Let's see what's happening. Okay, Victor Alpha 6 Golf Alpha Charlie. We heard you trying to get in there. This is Greg there from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Try it again there. Get some of that audio going. Okay, Greg, I could not hear you on my end. I saw that you were keyed up and talking, but we had no audio. We had, I guess you would, I know it's not carrier, but I could definitely tell that you were trying to say something because my screen had turned a different color. For all you guys that are watching, let me just turn the camera on here. If you're talking on it, it's blue, and if you're not, it turns like an off brown or something like that. But try it one more time. We couldn't hear audio on you. I could see that you were keying up, but no audio. Try one more time there, Greg. So see, it's gray when it's idle, and it'll turn brownish. See? It's turning brown, but I don't hear him. There's something there, but can't bring him in. Nope. No, Greg, we didn't have any audio. I don't know if you're on a tablet or you probably know EchoLink like the back of your hand. But when the folks that had just joined when I came on had that EchoLink parrot on there that just repeats so you can see what you sound like. I know you're probably aware of that one. So try to go there and see what's happening, and then come on back in or try one more time because we don't hear any audio. Well, before I say that, let me just check with VA3JPX. VA3JPX, did you hear anything on your end over?
No, Ernest, I did not hear the other station. So it sounds like if you're using EchoLink on the iPad or whatever, it sounds like maybe they got the wrong microphone selected for it. But to answer your question quickly, no, I did not hear him.
Okay, QSL. All right, this is why we're here too, by the way. I've been testing out EchoLink and AllStar for a long time. Greg, I didn't forget about you either. The week got away from me. There's no excuse because when I saw your name tonight, I was like, oh, I was going to call him up, and I forgot because I did. Honestly, I forgot there. But we'll have to get together there for sure. One more time, Victor Alpha 6 Golf Alpha Charlie. Let's try one more time. Okay, nothing heard. We're going to get this party, keep this party going. So, Greg, we just had as well our Raisin River event. It happens in the city of Cornwall every year. I forget how many years. I think they're probably over 50 years now. But I had attended my first one last year. Similar thing. It's a canoe race. I think they have something. Well, they have. It's over 20 kilometers. I know that in the distance there. I'll try to send you a link, and if you can share me a link with what you guys are doing, that'll be great to see what's going on. The year before that, I was at the first checkpoint and the 7th checkpoint. So what I got to do is I got to go and, of course, take pictures and stuff like that and video. And I took pictures and video at all the checkpoints throughout the race. Put a little thing together at the end, and then, had it for everybody to look at. Because there was lots of new hams there last year, and it made it a really good event. So I know you guys had fun too. How many people did you guys have out for your event there? Okay, we might have lost Greg there. Okay, back over to you, VA3JPX. You were saying about the unfortunate events that happened in your family there. Yeah, my wife lost her brother 2 months ago, and she was trying to get him to get all his will together because she was still trying to get her mom's estate sorted out. And the mom had left everything, at least she had a will, she left everything to him. And she was, my wife was encouraging my brother-in-law to get his will done. And everybody thinks they have all this time left. And he had no will, and everything was willed to him. So then, it can be a lot. And she's like, oh my God. Because her mom passed away on January 1st. That means they had to wait a whole year before they could even do the tax and stuff. So she's just getting that all started out 2 years later. And now he passes away. And she's like, really? That's what I heard her say. She was like, really? And then my daughter's father-in-law passed away. Again, no will, right? 2 sons. One son's been missing for like 6 months. So nothing can be done until they find the son. With her brother's situation, everybody knew of 2 kids, then a 3rd kid popped up. It's a field day. Over.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So your wife's mother willed her property and stuff and funds and everything to your brother-in-law. I think that's what you said. And then he didn't have a will and he passed away. Oh man, I don't know where to begin with a situation like that. I mean, it's probably not going to get resolved for another couple of years at least. We're just beginning to get some traction now on my brother's side of things. He didn't have a will either, but he also didn't have any kids. He wasn't married, so he was relatively debt free. So there's not really much for us to do, but we still have to go through the whole routine of dealing with that stuff because there was no will and there was no instruction. So we can let the government do it and let them take all of his money, or we can at least do it on his behalf and at least get some money out of it. So there you go. Question for you, Ernest. With your new 991, I'm looking on my TV screen now. I've got you on the 55-inch TV screen. I noticed that you got your EWV-L memory programmed. How did you find programming your 991? Did you do it by hand, or did you use the RT system software? Back to you.
Well, I'm glad you asked. I think that somebody, may have been you, talked to me about the RT system software. I gladly went and paid the $25 for it. I threw it on there like it was my life. And that part was very easy. What I couldn't figure out is after I had programmed everything in the radio, I couldn't figure out how to bring up the memory channel like you see now. So it took me, and remember, I've only, with whatever I'm talking to you tonight on, I probably only had this radio not even on an hour yet. Like this is, whatever time I'm putting into it today is adding up to the clock because it hadn't been running. Because I just had, I was just trying to get it set up. Because I have no HF, right? So I got all that done. And there's something that I saw that just blew my mind here. Let me go pull it up. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So see, there's the 991A programmer and 991 menu editor. You probably can't see that, but I'm bringing it up now from RT Systems there. It's very small on the screen, so you might not be able to see anything. That doesn't matter there. But let me show you if I can get this in here really good. Let me show you something that changed my life. So I had this on my, I was watching a video there, and this is for you too, Gregory. You might not, you might already know this too, but I was in here somewhere. Oh, where is it? Oh my goodness. Anyway, I was in here somewhere and it said something about going to like repeaterbook.com or something. Because I know in here somewhere you can go to repeaterbook.com. So I was watching the video. I did it. I did whatever they said to do. I went to repeaterbook. Like I went to it. I wish I could. Oh my God. Y'all might know where it's at really quick there. But I did that. And what happened with me, which totally blew me out of the water, another tab popped up over here. And it said, oh, put in the mile radius of where you're at, and then it'll bring up all the repeaters. I did. And then it just brought up all the repeaters. Then it says, oh, just simply go and copy one from the other side and paste it over here. And I'm like, get out of here. So, I was going through here one at a time, putting, the frequency, the other one, the offset, blah, 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 straight down the side of the page. And then all you did was pluck them out. Does anybody can pop in there and tell me, but did y'all see that, the same thing or no?
Yeah, right. For programming mine, I do it by hand. The only thing that I don't do is put in the channel names. Like for yours, I think you're on memory 1, and it's VA3EWV-L. That's your memory, for memory 1, from what I can tell. I don't put in the channel names. I just do the frequencies only. There's also another free software out there called FT Restore. That just handles the backing up and the writing of memories to the 991. The problem with that free software is that it screws up the memory tags and the positive and negative offsets. So, for an example, let's say you have 50 memories up there in your radio, and you use this FT Restore software to go into the radio, download the memories, okay, of what all that you have programmed, and you take a look in the spreadsheet that it displays it in, just like you see in the RT systems, and all the offsets are not set. Even though that they are in the radio, there's something that was missing in the translation. And the author of FT Restore has acknowledged that, and he says that, unfortunately, RT Systems won't release their code, so he can't fix it in his version, and rightfully so, because he doesn't own the code. And EST doesn't share that information easily. So he says that, unfortunately, his software for reading and writing those memories with offsets is buggy, and with the call signs and stuff, it gets all messed up. But I'm glad that you got the RT systems. That's a EST recommended software package. That's why it costs you $25. But you know what? It's worth it. And everybody that I've talked to who uses the RT system software says, you know what? It works every time. And like you said, it's compatible with pulling data right out of Repeater Book. And that's a huge bonus, so you don't have to start going in cell by cell and punching in frequencies. The A3EWV and the EchoLink / AllStar Ray Tunes on Thursday. Appreciate the accent on one.
Thank you so much for that. So let's pop into the rag chew there, the round table. Because I don't want this to be a direct net. I just want us to pass it on over to everybody. So you just got through with your bit, and we don't have to be here all night. So let's just go around. We'll go with Dan first. Maybe he'll tell us how he's going to make that money with the radio. Then we'll hit Gregory, then myself, then back over to you. Okay, we're going to give it to the money man. VA3SDO, come on in.
Well, I think I need to clarify. You're not allowed to make money in ham radio. So, but the objective is to not lose money, because we happen to lose a lot of money. So I knew somebody was probably out there. I knew somebody was out there probably going, "You're not allowed to make money ham radio." Yes, you're right. You can't make money ham radio, but we sure as heck have no problem losing it. I was just online and saw that MFJ is shutting down, which is quite sad. That means Ameritron, Cushcraft, a bunch of their different lines are going to be, I don't know exactly the full, what do you call it, the full, how it's going to work out, because they're shutting down the facility that they have, but they're still providing some services. So I was kind of shocked by that, but Mr. Drew is 80 years old, so I understand that, he's getting up there from the age. He wants to have a couple of years of no stress as a business owner, I would assume, but that's quite shocking to hear today. And if you need an antenna, buy it now. They have some nice products too, the antenna analyzer. So you see, I'm trying to save money, and now I'm just thinking about spending money. See, it's a vicious cycle. This hobby is like a drug in itself. But anyways, VHEWV, I'll pass back to you, VHSDO.
Yeah, that is, I'm just getting in here, but I had MFJ stuff even in the CB radio world, right? So a lot of my first SWR meters were from MFJ and stuff like that. And, it was just like when I was going to school, if you didn't have a pair of Nikes or Converse, you couldn't even go to school. It wasn't about the learning. You had to have that name brand. So I remember when I got my first SWR meter for my CB radio with the backlit on it, everybody was coming over just to go look at it. We were turning the lights off just to watch the needle swing. Okay, thank you so much. And then I was also understanding is we're not like when I say make money in radio, I mean like back in the day, I had friends that used to do all the, putting up antennas. I lived right off of I-20 and I-49. Now that was an 11 meter day, but they still worked on commercial stuff and everything else. But a lot of people made a living, tuning up radios, installing stuff and things like that, so that's how it goes. All right, thank you. We'll be back around to you, and we're going to go to Greg here if he's back. Whiskey 9 Golf Alpha Echo.
Yes, Whiskey 9 Golf Alpha Echo. I also read an article today about the MFJ going out of business. I just happen to have I think an antenna tuner or something in my garage that somebody gave me, and I looked at it today. I also read something a couple days ago that says that Radio Shack was in the process of coming back out also. So we did have it here before they filed bankruptcy and got sold, but they did all of the CB radios and any kind of bolts and nuts that you needed and different things like that. Even though they're coming back, I don't think they'll come to the small town that we live in. They'll probably go to a lot of major cities and different things like that. Also, as far as the software for the FT998, I did buy the RT system software. I've only used it once, and I find it to be easy because I have a Bofang and I've got software for that, and I've got an Anytone 878 and got software for that. So out of all of them, I find that the RT system seems to be pretty good. So probably sometime tomorrow I will go and I need to add some more frequencies and stuff to it and re-familiarize myself with it and different things like that. And to clarify about the GoBox, I will not be using my 99A in it. I will actually buy probably a smaller 25-watt VHF, UHF radio to put in it. This is strictly base station in the house.
Come on now, you don't want to do none of those POTI activations and stuff on it. Well, when you're reading all those and watching all the reviews, the thing is a power hog, right? So so they say. I've never, I'm just here on my amp now, and which reminds me, I have to go spend money on an amp because when I read it, I can't run this thing on any type of power. Because it says I need over a 20 amp power supply there. And if you look at, I'll pull it down here. This thing is really good, the one I have here, but it's only rated at 20 amps, so it has the 13.8 volts. Yep, and you know the low ripple. It's nice. It's quiet. It heats up the whole room. I'll tell you that right now. But before I even knew what to do with this thing, I had keyed up, and it shut everything down. I was like, what the hell? But the doggone thing was set out the box like at 100 watts. So I found out right away that wasn't going to work. So I have it now. If you can see the meter over here, I have it down to 10 watts there. Eh? Yeah, so I have it to 10 watts, and that's all I'm running in here. It could probably go lower because I'm just, here's my little node up here. I'll just get that up here so the camera can see. All you can see is the fan there and the little red light if you're watching on Facebook there. But yeah, there's the little node. It runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I have to figure out, someone was telling me to look for a little memory card that's supposed to be in it. But I'm not trying to take the doggone thing apart. So I know the guy who makes them. I'm just going to probably just call him up and just get another one just to have on standby. So when this one kicks the bucket, I'm not wanting to go and try to fix nothing. I'll just plug the other one in and program it and keep on rolling. Okay. I have nothing else for tonight, but Gregory, you can always stay back if you want, because we had some stuff to discuss the other day, and then I forgot to even call you. Let's see who else is left here. So we do have James and Greg here left. If you guys have any final comments, you're welcome to say there. Like I said, we don't have to stay the whole time. I did have a lot of fun tonight with this. And now I want to go find where that doggone, I want to go find where that repeater book stuff was. Because let me tell you, Greg, that was I programmed in the first 7. And you know, when everything's new and it's a new radio, you're like, I hope the tone's right. Hope this is right. I hope I can keep up the repeater, etc., etc., etc. And, you know, I managed to do that. But it was so much better when it was already done for you. And then you just, you know, copy and paste them in. So much better. James, we'll go over to you for any finals that you have. And then over to Greg. And then, Greg, if you want to stay and ask me the questions about the other stuff, we can do that. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, okay, Ernest. Well, this will be my final, so I'll say 7-3 to you and to the other station on board this evening, and anybody else who might be listening, maybe locally to you, Ernest. I don't have anything else to add other than just to keep in mind that the repeater book is not always up to date. You'll find that there could be some entries there that are, you know, 5, 7 years old, 8 years old or more, that are inaccurate. You know, for an example, the tones might have changed or the repeater frequency might have changed. So you need to go through each one and just kind of double check to make sure that you can get into those repeaters and that the information is valid. So that's it there, Ernest. Have yourself a great evening. Hopefully we'll catch you tomorrow or the day after or somewhere on the weekend. 7-3 all. This is the 8-3 JPMs.
Yeah, thank you for stopping by and thanks for the support there. And yeah, if I do happen to catch you on the weekend, which I hope so, I will be listening with intent and with excitement to the TransCanadaNet on Sunday for sure. And, you know, waiting for all that to come. The gentleman said he was going to send me some whatever by email, so maybe he's probably going to be doing that closer to the time, but I haven't seen anything yet. Of course, I keep refreshing my email every 5 minutes, but I'm sure something will come along. Thank you for coming on in there, and you're excused at your convenience, and we'll be seeing you around. VA3JPX, VA3EWV.
All right, Ernest, 7-3. Shallow for now. VA3 JPX clear and disconnecting.
W9 Golf Alpha Echo. Hey, did you happen to see that thing I was talking about when you were trying to program your radio? That it just pulls in all the... I can't find to save my life now. When I watched the video for that, I went straight to it like it was my job. And now that I'm trying to find it here, I can't find it. Do you know what I'm talking about when I said it tries to pull the stuff from repeaterbook.com?
Yes, I do. I think I did it the first time. I also watched the video, but I have not. I've put the stations in that I needed, and I have not been back on it since then. It's been a couple of months now, but I had planned to go ahead and add some more frequencies in it. I can do it from the screen, from the radio itself, but it's much easier because I can name it if I use the software. So sometimes tomorrow I'll bring my Windows laptop out and set it up, and I'll go in and I'll take a look at it. But I'll probably have to look at the video again also to see how to go ahead and do the repeater book. But I noticed you said that you were running, I think 10 watts, and you ran it through your node?
Yeah, so here's the setup. So I have the node. It's sitting on top of the shelf. I don't know if you're on the Facebook thing or not, but it's just sitting right on top of the shelf. It has a small antenna. If I move my hand up, you can probably see it better. But it's just got a small little antenna there. I think it's about an inch or something like that. I'll put a pin beside it so you can kind of see. So it's very small, the antenna right here. So anyway, when I bought it, the guy said, put a dummy, like this, get your Baofeng or whatever your handy talkie is, put a dumb load on the end of it because you're in the same room with it, right? And then you'll just, go through there through the dumb load, make sure it's on low power so you don't blow it up or whatever. And that's it, okay? And I'm like, okay. But with the handy talkie there, it just wasn't doing it for me. So my Anytone right here that you could see may see on the shelf, have the Anytone D578UV plus 3 ABCDFG, and it's got the DTMF microphone on it, which is very nice, right? And every time I was trying to do DTMF tones on the doggone Baofeng, it wasn't picking it up. But when I did it from this radio, it did. Now here's the thing. This radio is connected through the switch on the top here. That goes outside, and then I have a tri-band antenna that's 50 foot up in the air. And that's in the back of the house, which is quite a far away from here. But that's out there in the back, and I'm talking on that antenna, and it's just picking up through here. I found out that adding, just taking this little antenna off and adding the jumper and putting it on my switch, if I now put that on my switch, my friend that's in the other town, you probably heard him once or twice, he can talk to me on that thing simplex from the other town, and he can talk on it, Nobody can hear him, but he can hear everybody else, right? So that's pretty cool. So this summer, what I'm planning on doing, because I have a section of tower there that doesn't have, it's a tubular tower, and I have the 3 bottom sections, but not the 2 top. And the one that goes narrow at the top, I don't have that. So I'm just gonna go get a Diamond X50 antenna, and stick it on that, and I'll have this thing connected to the one outside, And now that I have my advance, oh my God, I have so much to say in so little time. But I pitched a fit when our node went down for the local club, and then some other stuff was going on, so I'm like, oh, to heck with that, I'm going to go get my own stuff. And then I found out that what I really wanted, I needed an advanced certificate for it. So, just so happens that they had offered an advanced class around the same time that I was having my fit, and then I rolled in that, and then I put my feet to the fire, and I wound up passing it. But now I don't want to go get a repeater anymore. I have this. So, but now this is the time for me to go and, because if I can have my friends connecting to this around town, I would have more people on the net because I'll have people coming in simplex and people coming over just like when we do our repeater, eh? Because we have a repeater that's EchoLink and AllStar enabled, but folks that are talking into it over the repeater, they can have the same conversations because it's duplex and mine is simplex. Over. That was a lot. I'll probably put the board to sleep. Let's see. Nope, he's still there. WE7ZOC. Victor E7GOC. VE3KKA. Oh, my EchoLink thing is not working. Uh-oh, let me turn on the other radio and see what's happening. I'll turn this one off. Turn on my Anytone here that's powering up. Let's go see what's happening. I'll go get that moved over. Oh, Greg, sorry about that, Greg. I was talking to you there on the Yazoo, and I noticed that on my screen nothing was happening. So I'm on my Anytone right now, talking to you, and I do see that Kilo 15 Zulu Quebec Kilo has just popped in. K15 ZQK, come on in. Okay.
Sitting here at work for the night shift. So, back to you.
Okay, so that's Kilo India 5 Zulu Quebec Kilo. I keep thinking that those are ones, but they're Kilo Indias, right? So John from New Mexico there. Good to have you in there. I see that you do have an email, so I'll be sending you an email with a big thank you for coming in tonight. And you're saying this is your first time with EchoLink, over? Okay, awesome. I'm starting to keep up, a logbook now with all that stuff. And what I hope to do is start getting some contacts in there. But I don't think that on QRZ they'll do. Cause let me just go see, because I don't even know if they have EchoLink and stuff down as they as one to do. I never looked into that yet. So I'll have to look at that and see if they offer that as as one thing. But I know they have like DMR and things like that. Let me just see real quickly. They have everything in order here by name. I see digital voice, so I guess that would, be kind of like under the digital voice thing there. But yeah, it's good to have you in there. And I decided to do this. I had bought myself a little EchoLink and AllStar node, and it took me 4 months to get it all set up and configured. It's running on Raspberry Pi. I never did anything with programming. I never used PuTTY. I didn't use all this stuff, and finally got it working after 4 months. And wound up, just so you guys know, I wound up meeting the guy who actually created EchoLink, and I invited him to our club, our end of month club meeting. His name is Jonathan, so he's going to be coming, and we're going to have him on Zoom, and I'll be putting the Zoom link for all you guys. So if anybody has any questions or anything like that, it'll be perfect. So I was like, how did that happen? And my friend's like, how'd you get him? I'm like, well, I just saw his email address and I asked him. And you know what they say, if you don't ask, you don't get, right? So that's pretty exciting. I can't wait to be talking to the guy behind EchoLink there. Over.
Quebec Kilo in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. I'd like to actually check in on that. But I'll go ahead and step aside in case there's somebody else out there that wants to get in here and have a QSO with you. And if not, we'll talk here in a little bit. It's good talking to you, Ernest, and definitely a pleasure. And I'll keep up with you as long as I can anyway. So this is Kilo India 5, Zulu Quebec Kilo. Back to you, BA3EWV.
Uh-oh. Something is wrong with my radio. Okay, sorry about the pause there. I have a brand new radio. It doesn't even have 2 hours on it. And I saw that I wasn't transmitting earlier, so I turned it off and went to my old faithful Anytone D578. Yeah, I know that you're at work there. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm sure we'll cross paths again later on. We're about to end this one anyway, but it's good that you came in and waved a hand. I decided to just do this EchoLink and AllStar in case people had questions. I knew the AllStar pretty good, got that set up straight away. It's the EchoLink I had a problem with, so I will be sharing that link when Jonathan comes to speak to the group there. And who knows, if you guys have your own radio groups, he might come out there and speak with you guys as well. All right, thank you again there, and you can be excused at your convenience. Kilo 15, Zulu, Quebec, Kilo. Okay, Whiskey 9 Golf, Alpha Echo, I'm back. Come on in.
Go ahead, Arnie.
Oh, okay, we have another EchoLink out there, 302-1309. It does not have a call sign, but 302-1309 that just came in on EchoLink there. EchoLink 21309, come on in.
Hi, Ernest. It's James, VA3JPX. Just a couple of things. I'm watching you on YouTube. Your SWR is very high right now, and I'm taking a look at your SWR meter and your 991, and you're on the wrong antenna. And I just saw you flip the switch up above there. So the reason why you dropped out before is your last really long transmission about 5 minutes ago. You accidentally bumped your VFO and you went off frequency on the 991, and that's the reason why you disappeared. But I noticed that you fixed it and you're back. So yeah, hit that lock button. Anyway, Ernest, I'm not going to stick around. I just thought I'd let you know that you were on the wrong antenna and your SWR was very high. VA3EWV, VA3JPX, 73, Ernest.
Thank you for letting me know. And see, that's the things and I know you're out, but thanks for letting me know that. That's very important. Like I said, don't even have 2 hours on this radio. And if I did have to say something, I know you're excused there, James. Thanks for popping in. But for all you guys that have the 991, I'm Fat Finger Freddy over here, and I tell you, I was already having some heartburn with this thing because the buttons are so close to the dial. You know, I'm trying to do something, just press the button, and the slightest touch, it's messing things up. So that's why I had to go through the programming software, because I just trying to get in here, because, you're right-handed, so you're pressing, unless I'm going to have to get a stylus. I think I'll have to get me a stylus or whatever and work the radio with a stylus, because there needs to be some definite space. For all you 991 users, I don't know if you have the same problem that I have, but I do. I'm going to get used to that lock button for sure. Over. Okay. Okay, guys, that's going to be wrapping it up for tonight. We've spent a good hour here together. I'll be seeing you guys on the flip-flop. I may be here again tomorrow night, because I wasn't sure if it was Thursday nights or Friday nights which were the best nights. I know here in town, we on the repeater that we have here that is full duplex and all that stuff that we can get more people on. We have a net called the Procom net that comes on every Thursday night at 8, and then every Sunday night at 8. I used to go to a net on Fridays called the Kobe Hill net. But I'm going to start doing this. This is an experiment for now, and I've never heard of an EchoLink AllStar only net. So, yeah, this has been fun. We have tonight, for those that want to know, before we get out of here, all who came to the party, VA3JPX, James, W9 Golf Alpha Echo, Gerald, November X-Ray 3 Foxtrot, Alan, K60CB, Carolyn, VA3 SDO, Daniel, VA6 GAC, Greg there, VE3 VWB, Rebecca, VE7 GOC came in, VE3 KK8 Kimberly came in, K15 Zulu Oscar Zulu Quebec Kilo, and yeah, that's who we had. So we had quite a bit of people that came out to the party. Okay, I'll put it to K15 Zulu Quebec Kilo for final. And then if from after you, that'll be Gregory W9G Golf Alpha Echo for final. And then we'll be clear tonight. Go ahead there, Kilo India 5 Zulu Quebec Kilo.
I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. I'm still learning about all this stuff, but I'll say that 73s, everybody. This is John in Albuquerque, New Mexico, sitting at Netflix Studios, waiting for the night to end. And so, everybody have a great evening and a great tomorrow. This is Kilo India 5 Zulu Quebec Kilo. Back to you, Ernest, VA3 EWB.
For not knowing what you're supposed to do in the final, you nailed it. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in your final. We're all new to. Well, I know I'm new. I'm just 15 months in. I got my basic in January 17th of 2023, and then I got my advanced because that's basically we don't have HR privilege with basic here in Canada. And you got your basic with honors, you could have had, but I couldn't get it. So then I skipped the basic with honors totally and went and got my advanced. And I got that on April 17th, 2023. So 17th seems to be good. Thank you so much for coming in there, John, and have a good rest of your day. All right, Greg, you're next with your finals, and we'll hear from you, and then we'll close off the net. Whiskey 9 Golf, Alpha Echo, come on in.
Whiskey 9 Golf Alpha Echo. You know, I'm just now realizing, I guess you were calling me Greg. I thought you were talking to somebody else, because my name is Gerald. I think you called Greg like 2-3 times and they didn't say anything, but
My name is Gerald, and I guess I wasn't really paying that much attention. Also, I wanted to make a point before you dropped off or whatever, is that you should run as low as power as you can through your node, because you're so close to it. On this radio, I think 5 watts is the minimum that you can go. And when I got mine, it was set up at 100 watts also. So I'm running 5 watts because that's the so. But you should be as low as you can go, because your node, you're too close to your node. It's in the same house with you, and you don't need that much power to get out.
Okay, and just like that, hey, I will tell you this: if you press enough buttons, you can find your way around the 991 alpha. Thank goodness. So when you did that, I actually was able to go to RF power, and the lowest it will go is 5 watts. So I put it on 5 watts there over. But like I said, my antenna, it's way the antenna that this is connected to is way in the back of the property, right? It's not. So this is going. I know it's probably the stuff, like it probably can just pick it up right from here. I know that. So, yeah, I don't want to blow it up or anything like that, but I will be making some adjustments on it. Probably put it in a different place there, because I don't need it right here with me. And also, I don't know if I need to turn it on or off or not. I'll have to check into that, because some people say they leave theirs on, and some people say they turn it off all the time, but we will see, and thank you for that, and I have it down to 5 watts.
Yeah, I'll leave that on all the time, unless I've got the power and cycle it down for some reason or whatever. It runs 24 hours a day, so when I disconnect from you, usually I just take it and hook it back up to our main repeater here, because we have the AllStar and the EchoLink also. I'm a small distance from our normal repeater, so I can hit it with the 991 with no problem, but when I'm just in the house and I'm using my small Yaesu FT70D, I try to run it off of my clear node. But, I mean, you don't have to move it. That's up to you. I just wanted to let you know that, and since you're so close, even though you're doing your antenna, you're actually running it through that node in order for you to actually get out. All right, Ernest, it was great. Good talking to you. I was absent last week because I had a lot of stuff going on with my chapter here. But VA3EWV, this is Whiskey 9 Golf Alpha Echo saying 73.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great night. Yeah, well, I picked up, when I was talking with Victor Alpha 6 Golf Alpha Charlie, that's Gregory. I have it on my paper here, and yeah, you are Gerald. So that's why, yeah, that's how I got the mix up there. Well, thank you both very much, and have a good rest of your night. VA3EWV, we're clear on Alpha Frequency. Okay, that was a good, and I learned a lot tonight, just so you guys know. I learned with the new Yaesu. With the new Yaesu there, you cannot get anywhere near the buttons. I have it on lock now, but this is so close. Like, anything I want to touch here, I'm in, especially since I'm new to radio, anything that, let me see if I can get the camera over here. Anything that I'm trying to touch is so close. Being right-handed, if I'm going to touch the tune button or whatever, it's just right there. Like, you can hit this thing, but I know that they said there's some kind of oh, there it is. There's a tighten loosen button here. Not button, but knob at the back. Let me just, okay, now that makes it a lot stiffer. Yeah, that's a lot stiffer there. You just can't spin it. All right, so I'll leave that like that, and that'll be it. Okay, everybody have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. If I feel good tomorrow, I'll run this again tomorrow night. Yeah, it's my party, and I'll have as many nets as I want to, right? That's how we do it. Have a good night.